after the break. You're listening to Souliloqy Radio. You can find this show on any major podcast provider by going to souliloqyradio.com under the Listen Now tab and clicking on your preferred provider link. You can also find links to the YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram page. While you're there, remember to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, back to the show. All right, we were talking about the real Holy Trinity, which is the Almighty Father, the Divine Mother, and the Child, which is love made manifest. And before the break, I said that we not only see this in our human relationships, but we see this in the universe as well. And we can integrate that into our human relationships. I'm going to show you. The Son is the Father. It's almighty and powerful. The Son is a powerful, powerful force. Just looking at it, you can't even look at it with your eyes because it's so powerful that it can literally blind you. And its ability to keep the rest of the planets in their orbits and keep this solar system that we live in stable. But with all this power, it can't produce life on its surface because its surface is not susceptible to life. It can only produce a component necessary for life, and that is light and warmth. The earth is the mother. She is warm and full of life-giving potential. Her soil is nutrient-rich. Her oceans are life-sustaining. And together, the sun providing the warm light and the earth the soil, they make their love manifest itself in the form of life on this planet. The earth brings forth and births life literally out of herself and births it in all its diversity and splendor. We all come from the Mother Earth. Every plant, every seed, every fish, every bacteria, everything comes from that love made manifest between the sun and the earth. That fantastic dance between them, that Goldilocks zone that we live in, where it's not too hot like Mercury or Venus, or not too cold like Pluto or Mars. We live in there, and that makes love manifest through the sun's rays, which gave birth to the plants, and through that gave birth to all other life on this planet. She provides sustenance and shelter to all life unconditionally on this planet. You can even extend this analogy of the solar system into further family components. You can say the grandmothers are like the moon. Though their physical bodies cannot bear life, they provide further nurturing and caring by providing conditions that life on this planet enjoys. Because the moon is directly responsible for the tides on this planet. The moon is in a tidal lock with the earth. And that means that the same part of the moon is always facing the earth. That's where the term dark side of the moon comes from. The dark side of the moon isn't necessarily always dark, but it is the side of the moon that we on this earth never see, because the moon is tightly locked with the earth, so we only see that one side of the moon. And this is just like grandma, always keeping an eye on you. And the blanket of nighttime stars is like grandfather. It's a source of mystery and wonder and joy and stories for entire civilizations And isn't Grandpa always the one with the coolest stories? And just like the stars and planets, we are all mirrored in those same examples. Because there's various types of suns out there. There are those like our sun, warm, inviting, providing protection in a stable solar system. But then there's red dwarfs. And these suns don't produce enough light. Just like some men who don't provide enough. They're black holes, which are suns that have imploded upon themselves and just suck the life force out and light out of everything around them. I'm sure you've seen those kind of men, right, ladies? And there are supergiants. These are stars that are huge, and they burn everything they have quickly. They live fast and die young, and when they detonate as a supernova, and they destroy everything around them. See, every type of male figure can be found in the stars. But there are also various types of planets. And this too can mirror female energies. Like the Earth, who is nurturing. But there are planets out there like Venus. Even though they're not the closest to the sun, they run so hot that they burn everything that comes in contact with them. Some are adorned with beauty like Saturn. Some are like Jupiter, so much larger than life itself that even though they have no life on their own planet, they are the center of their own little solar system of moons. And as we know now, some of those moons may carry life on those moons, which is a whole nother subject. But coming back, you need to ask yourself, as a man, what kind of son are you? Are you the one who provides safety and warmth? Or are you the one that's attracting stray comets into your solar system, putting everything and the balance in peril? And what kind of woman are you? The one who nurtures life? Or the one who allows your atmosphere to be destroyed and life along with it? And regardless of man or woman, there exists a child within each and every one of us. Deep down inside of us, we need to remember that child. We need to remember what it is to be that child and look at the world with wonder. We need to remember how crucial it is to stop everything you're doing to look at a bee and watch it go from flower to flower collecting pollen. We need to remember what it is to dance with only the music in our hearts to guide us. Thanks for taking the time to tune into the show. I hope you enjoyed listening. If you did, please leave a review or comment, as your positivity is greatly appreciated. Visit Souliloqyradio.com under the Listen tab for links to the podcast via your preferred provider, along with links to the Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. I'd like to thank Evening Land, Audionautics, and Vienne for providing music for this broadcast. I would also like to thank all the listeners for their support. And remember, stay focused, stay positive, and make today count.